Speaking of gambling, have you ever heard of Frogger, the video game?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I heard about this bear in Alaska that's really bad at that game.
Oh, you heard
Yeah,
about it?
yeah. Go ahead,
clever.
Ryan. It's Ryan's story. I just been waiting all day to make that reference.
Yeah. Well, this Frogger bear, his trip didn't end up so well. There was this poor brown bear. We have a few pictures of it, who was making his way across this runway.
Would he be considered a brown or a grizzly?
I think he's a brown bear.
Isn't it dependent on like geographic where they are?
Well, he was in Alaska, so I don't know.
Okay.
It's always gotten. I don't know.
He was brown in shade.
Yeah, yeah. He looked brown, so brown bear.
Got it.
Could be grizzly. I don't know.
Let's go ahead.
Anyways, so he's crossing the runway. He did not check both ways before he went across, and an airplane found him. And thankfully, it wasn't the front wheel. It was the engine. I think it was the right engine that had just clipped the top of him.
Was the plane taking off or leaving?
I think it was
Or
it was
coming in?
landing.
Was it taking off or leaving? Was it coming in?
That's still
or
high. That's a high speed if it's landing.
Yeah, yeah.
What is that, like 600 miles an hour?
No.
500?
I don't know. It depends.
That's in the air, right?
Maybe in knots.
landing.
No, oh, but in the air they're going like 500 or something like that, isn't
somewhere. It just depends on the plane.
it? Okay.
I don't know the size of this plane.
Okay.
I know it was a commercial plane, but which size, I don't know. But it was at the perfect height to take this thing out, and bonked him in the head, and he was done. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Can't imagine how loud that would have been before it happened.
Yeah, I mean, I bet the passengers probably felt it upon impact.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, like, how do you not hear the plane coming?
Yeah.
Probably, if he lives in that area, he's probably hearing that all day long. Think
Yeah.
about how.
Could have been a snowy evening, low visibility.
Yeah. I don't know, but the person who was telling me about this story was saying that if that bear had just been a little bit farther across the runway and hit those front wheels, it would have taken the nose
Landing
of the
gear
plane
out.
out. Yeah, landing gear out, and then it would have nosedived. Like
Whoa.
it would have broken.
It would have
for
been
sure.
like on a kid on the bicycle where his handlebars turn
Yep.
quickly and he just goes right over
Yeah.
the front. It
Yeah,
would have
that's
been.
that's what he was saying. So it kind of got me thinking about how many animals die due to airplanes a year, and all I could find on it was airstrikes.
Okay.
So
Remember-
not
was it-
airstrikes like bombings, like
So-
they do in the Middle East.
Yeah. like the guy that didn't they get like geese flew into the wings or the motors or something, and that guy had to land that plane on
Sully.
like on the
yeah,
river.
Sully, that's what it was. Yeah, something like
Didn't they
that.
make a movie out of that?
Yeah, that was Tom
Tom
Hanks.
Hanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wilson. That's not it.
Yeah, that's the movie.
That's
it. You got it.
So
Both plane crashes though.
Yeah. So I was looking into
Lost.
how many planes hit animals a year, and all I could find on airplanes hitting animals, not deaths, only strikes. So I don't know how many of these animals died, and it's information over from 1990 to 2019. So over the span of 20 years, roughly 227,000 wildlife strikes occurred. So
What was that number again?
227,000.
What?
yeah,
250,000.
Yeah.
but who knows how many actually died? How many animals? That's
But that's how many got struck. They're counting mosquitoes though. I'm
Yeah,
just
no,
kidding.
That seems like an
I saw
excessively high
a
number.
chart, and they were like talking about reptiles count.
Mhm.
I don't think any insects counted. So
Yeah.
it was all vertebrates.
I saw those
they're
people in
counting
Florida
them on the
slinging
windshield.
those pythons into the air. And
Yeah.
getting
Yeah. So that comes out to around 11,350 animals per year hit by planes.
That means
in that time span.
Wow.
So
That
essentially
seems-
11,000 a year.
Yeah.
So then I looked up automobiles. How many animals die? How many animals end up as roadkill? There were statistics on that. So these animals.
That's roughly 30 a day.
Yeah.
32 a day roughly.
So this is where it gets crazy. Automobiles, during the height of COVID, traffic was down 73%.
Okay.
So this guy was doing estimations on how many animals would live if the percentage of traffic stayed at just 50% of what it has been in the years past.
Mm-hmm.
And he estimates that nearly 500 million vertebrates will not be killed if traffic stays at 50% of what it used to be.
Invertebrates. So like grasshoppers.
No, vertebrates.
Oh,
And so okay,
actual
so
vertebrates.
birds, fish, mammals, reptiles, all those sorts of things.
Wow.
500 million.
Million?
500 million just due to cars in the U.S. alone. That's only the U.S.
That's something that doesn't sound right.
It just doesn't make sense.
This was on National
not sa-
Geographic.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying like that sounds like the people that make the insurance premiums were the ones making the numbers.
It does.
Yeah.
actually.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's the other thing you have to think about.
That
That
little-
whoever's writing this or coming up with this, they obviously care about it in some sense. I'm sure there's some sort of agenda.
It's that dirty gecko from Geico. I
Yeah,
bet you put
yeah.
Dirty.
Yeah.
So then there were some other stats that came along with it, like 41 million squirrels, 26 million cats, 22 million rats, cat in the hat, 19 million possums,
I feel nothing for the cats. The possums are a bummer. I'm just kidding.
No.
15 million raccoons.
Are you hearing this, Inu?
Well, this one's really going to scare him. 6 million dogs a year.
Oh, Inu.
That's a lot of dogs.
Lucky for Inu, he doesn't
That-
move much.
They get hit
Yeah,
and perish?
yeah, and die.
Wow.
So that's only 6 animals, and that comes out to 129 million. So that still leaves a lot more animals to be die.
Wow.
Wow.
So
And we're worried about a population bust.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty good information there, Ryan.
yeah,
That's
I had no idea that we were so dangerous in automobiles.
Well, I think the only answer is to get rid of all humans because we obviously,
It's our
we're
fault.
impacting. Yeah.
Everyone should have to walk to work.
Yeah.
Yep.
Electric cars would solve all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
I wonder how many get taken out by self-driving cars.
That's a good question. Would a
Let's
self-driving
break it down.
would it sense a squirrel
I
would
mean,
it just
my truck would try and stop me, right?
a squirrel?
No. My truck would. Not a squirrel. I was still thinking about hitting a deer or a dog or something like that.
Would yours?
My truck would. Yours would too, wouldn't it?
No.
When
It's
you're-
only under like 10 miles an hour.
Oh yeah, that's true. So just backing up over something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which has saved me a few times in my truck. I almost backed into a pole a few times.
So
a
far,
person.
it's only scared the bejesus out of me, but didn't need it.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Yeah, like I was backing up and there was some grass that was tall, so it saw the grass and freaked out and scared me.
I'd rather have it than not, though.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Why not?
There's sensors on the front of our Ram trucks, the front and the back, that prevent you from parking into something or
Mm-hmm.
backing up into something at slow speeds. It'll stop the truck to keep you from hitting it.
Yeah.
But pretty interesting. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Uh,
So make sure you watch out for those squirrels. Don't add to that 41 million.
What's crazy is I don't think
It's on you.
I don't think I've ever hit one.
I think
Do you know of any roadkill you've actually hit? I've never hit a deer. I've never hit a dog. I've never hit a squirrel. I've hit one bird. Got him
Yeah.
good too.
I'm there too. I haven't done anything like that.
I've been in a car while a deer was hit.
Same.
It was homecoming in high school. We were coming home from the game. I was with my girlfriend. She was driving. Slammed into a buck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she kills it and she's crying. I'm like, why are you crying? And
It was a
I
buck?
Yeah, it was a buck. He
Wha-
was
how
a
big?
little spike.
Okay.
I actually have the antlers somewhere.
Oh, I remember this story.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so she hits the deer and it kind of tumbles off to the side of the road and she starts crying. I'm like, well, why are you crying? And we're like looking at the truck. We're standing outside. I was like, are you upset about your truck? She's like, no, I killed the deer. Like crying.
You're like, I do that all the time.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, it's
I
fine.
do it on TV.
Let's get to the dance.
It died quick, whatever. So I call my brother and he comes and picks it up and then we cut the antlers off and I gave it to her for her Christmas gift. The antlers, I put it on like a.
They're no longer together.
No, we are not. And I still have them somewhere. Her stepdad gave them
You know
back
that
to me.
deer you hit? I got its head.
There's a picture somewhere of me sitting in the back of the car and my face is all painted in Fenton colors and I'm holding this deer head up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I hope I can find it.
That's kind of
It's
cool.
pretty cool.
That's a grip and grin if I've ever heard of one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like it.